Hey y'all, this is Moni.
And this is Kat.
Hey Kat. And this is the Fake Ass Book Club. Wait, can we both say it or no?
Welcome back. This is your girl Moni.
And this is Kat.
Hey Kat.
Hey Moni.
What's up, friend?
Well, what's up? We're in a new location.
I know, it's so cute here.
It is very cute here, but if we sound echoey, we're sorry. This is our first time recording here. We're doing our best. Just stick with us.
Yeah.
We love it.
Absolutely. So check it out, you guys. We are at the 1,000 Words Gallery here in Indy. Thank you so much for letting us use this wonderful space. And I'm excited to get into our episode this week, friends, as always.
I am bursting to talk to you for one, just about a bunch of stuff, but especially this book.
I like talking to you too, friend.
Yeah.
Okay. So this was your book pick. Well, the wheel picked it, but you put it on the wheel. For sure. You did. So this week, you guys, we're diving into the wonderful story of Henry Sugar. It is a 2013 American fantasy short film written and co-produced and directed by Wes Anderson. And it's based on the 1977 short story, The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar by Roald Dahl. I think I said Roald Dahl. Roald Dahl? Yes.
Raw.
It almost sounds like I said raw dog. That sounds real bad. That sounds real bad. I would never say that, you guys.
I remember one time on the Russ Parr Money Show, I might take this part out.
Russ
but he
Parr.
said
Take it back.
that would be the name of like the mascot for Planned Parenthood.
Raw dog?
Captain Raw Dog.
First of all, Russ Parr, you're ignorant and I love it. Okay. National treasure.
But that's not who.
That's
Mr.
not what we're talking
Raw
about.
Dog.
He should never be associated with that. He is iconic.
No.
And also this story, let me tell you a little bit about it. It says this story sees a rich man learning about a guru who could see without using his eyes, then settling out to master the skill in order to cheat at gambling. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff, but that's the gist of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was a different, I was like, okay, this is a vibe. It's like, so you said that he wrote, I think BFG, right?
The Big Friendly Giant.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, okay. He's okay. I get the genre now. I'm
Yes.
there.
And
With
James
Matilda.
and the Giant Peach, Matilda. There's a lot of whimsy.
Yes, it was very whimsical. So before we get into it, you guys, we're going to dedicate this episode like we always do. Hands over your hearts, everybody. I wanted to start off by thanking our patrons, okay? This episode is always firstly dedicated to you guys. Thank you so much. Also this week, I do want to just officially dedicate this to the 1,000 Words Gallery because he didn't have to let us use this space. Chris, shout out to you. Also, your bathroom was really clean back there. I'm so impressed. That's so nice. So thank you for that. Also, I wanted to dedicate this to my cousin, Corey. I love you, girl. You just bought your new house. I'm so proud of you. I like, what a vibe, what a time to be alive. So I'm just really proud of you. And I think that's the end of my dedication. What about you, friends?
There's been a lot of really good news lately.
I
Have you been
know.
noticing that?
It is. That's a good thing.
You hit me up with some really good news from
did.
your job this week.
I did.
I feel like I've been getting hit with. We're due.
We
okay?
are.
We
Yes.
are due for some good news. Oh, this isn't my fabulous. Sorry, those are my groceries. Nobody wants
Nobody
to hear
wants that.
that.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so my dedication this week is going out to basically women everywhere, but especially the women in the Supermodels documentary on Apple Plus or on Apple TV or whatever. Man, I wasn't expecting it to be that deep. Like, it was going to be about models. So I was like, oh, they're pretty. That'll be fun to watch. Fashion. No, like it was inspiring. And what was really, I took from it is like, we need to help each other. Like it's always, we all do better when we all do better. And like the fact that they were able to have the pull that they had was because they harnessed their power. They didn't want to be like, well, I'm against her and she's against me. I really, really enjoyed seeing that.
Nice.
I also wanted to dedicate this to our Real Ass Book Club. We've been lit since brunch, guys. We've been to like 2 brunches today. Also to the Harder Brunch, guys. Like,
We out
it's
here.
just been great. I don't have too much I just have to stop the dedication right there. There's just too much and I'll just keep going.
All right, excellent. See, abundance.
Abundance.
I like it. I knew that was coming. All right,
that
guys.
was good for the lead.
I know y'all heard that. That was super loud, okay? All right, so let's just get into it, friend. Do you have a breakdown of the story? I mean, I kind of said it, but do you want to do a beat by beat of the story?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, no, first I want to introduce Roald Dahl.
Let's do
a little
it.
bit more about him. He was born in Wales to affluent Norwegian immigrant parents and spent most of his life in England. He served in the Royal Air Force during the Second World War and became a fighter pilot. And he rose to prominence in the 1940s with the works of children and adults. He's also the guy who wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Like
Who knew?
He was putting he put up real numbers, and I feel like there was always just this note of like kind of sweetness in all of his work. Like there's something about when you write children's books and are speaking to the mind of a child and sparking those imaginations. Remember my favorite thing about the Big Friendly Giant was like he would drink this stuff and like his farts would help him fly.
My kids loved that. It's like
I still love it. I remember thinking like, this is so good. Like my brain loved that.
It's so cute.
But yeah, in our story, we start with, so fake ass disclaimer, we both watched the adaptation.
This is important.
The Wes Anderson adaptation on Netflix to its completion.
Yes.
I listened to part of the audiobook on YouTube.
Look at you, overachiever.
Not really. Overachieving would have been finishing it.
It was over what I did, so you won.
It was good to get a sample of what the source material was like.
Sure.
And there were some slight differences, but I feel like they stayed pretty true to it, at least the parts that I read. But our protagonist is played by Benedict Cumberbatch. What was his name?
Wasn't he the guy?
Henry Sugar.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
The title. He's
that
Henry
dude.
Sugar, and he's just a rich douche. And he's just never been, and he thinks a lot of himself, but he's not really that great. And he just thinks he's amazing because he was born into money. And one day he ends up finding out it's like, oh, there's actually more to this world than I even know. I want to like learn how to basically game the system.
Tell him how though. Like this is the part
he learned to see without eyes.
Well, so he found a book though.
He did find a book.
Was
that was
reading.
I do love a book within a book.
Yeah.
Because they immediately take us into another story, and I'm like, I already like this.
I'm
This
in
is
it.
very meta. Because they kind of trick you. Benedict Cumberbatch isn't really in the film that much, the short film.
Yeah.
He's in the beginning. He opens and closes it,
Yeah.
but in between, it's really kind of takes place in India. And so he ends up wanting to learn how to use this power to gamble. But then once he starts using it for gambling, he realizes like money doesn't really bring me any kind of satisfaction. He's like, I want to help people. So he started using it to cheat and gambling, but then he used the money to help like orphans and stuff.
It's like that's nice.
It was.
I thought it was wild that he could see. So like his power was, you know, he ended up practicing for like 3 years or something like that. And then once he got this power, he was like, I can see through cards. So that's why he started gambling. He's like, oh, I'm about to hit these casinos. they're not going to see what's coming. And yeah, I think that a lot of people who have money probably get to that point where it's like, I mean, what are we doing here? Like that existential crisis of like, what does this even mean though?
What are people even? I feel like I went to school with a lot of rich kids, and I feel like now like a lot of motivations are for people to get rich. And I always ask people like, how much money will it take for you to feel rich?
Ooh.
Because it seems to me like a lot of people I consider rich don't consider themselves rich.
Oh no, it's
like,
levels.
I was reading a book on like super rich New Yorkers, and the person who's writing the book was talking to this guy, and he was worth $300 million, and he felt poor living in New York among like people who are billionaires,
Right.
like because you're not able to have that lifestyle, you're not
Right.
able to live in those apartments.
Wow.
So you don't feel like you're enough, and I'm like, that's crazy. If I had $3 million, I feel like I'd find something to do with it.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that's the human condition though. Like, and I've hear like people, I feel like on Neil Brennan's podcast, you hear him talking to his guests about this a lot, you know, especially very wildly successful comics and writers. And they're always like, you know, you always feel like you're hustling because you're thinking like, what if this is my last gig? Like, what if this is my last chance to, you know, sort of make money? Like, you know, so you're always chasing it. And then he's always asking them like, well, how do you know? Like, how do you know you've reached success? But there is no answer for that, I don't think. I think that everybody, it's a very, the mind frame is very like coming from lack. Like, I think that a lot of the times too, especially if you've never had and you come up, I mean, I do feel like I could understand that maybe more than always having had money. But I guess that's how ingrained it is into our human experience to be like, oh, I need more. You know, there's never
I think Neil said that too. Your body will never let you feel rich enough.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, like
That's
it'll never
wild.
let you feel rich. So it was, I I liked that theme of the book
I did
because
too.
and that's not to say, I mean, get your coins.
You gotta have them. Let's be for real.
Don't think for a second you can make it in this world without resources, but it shouldn't be like your end all be all.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. It's like you should definitely like set aside stuff for your kids, but making it so they never have to work isn't actually a great thing. Like I went to school with like those types of people. They suck.
Wow.
Like you really do have to. I mean, there's the rare like standout who's about shit, but like it's just like in royal families when you study like the lineages of kings and queens and stuff, and there would be like some spoiled or prince or princess who's put in charge. They do a terrible job.
Yeah.
Like they're not interested in doing anything because they already have everything. So I also liked the style because like Wes Anderson directed it, and for people who don't know Wes Anderson, he did like Royal Tenenbaums.
I didn't see
And
that.
The Life Aquatic with Steve Zazzo. It's a very distinctive style.
Yeah.
You know, like
It was. So it almost looked like a play because like the way the setting happened, like the actual background and stuff, like, you know, if he was in the library, then like the bookshelf is coming forward. So it gave it a cartoonish kind of feel to it. And also, like I was like, oh yeah, I could picture being at a play and seeing
well,
this,
and the
like
way
that.
they're reading it too, especially the scenes where you meet the original guy who could see without eyes in the
That
hospital.
story was wild.
And the way that they were reading the lines as if it were a script, you know, like,
Yeah, like a
as you
script.
would read it in a book or a script, and just how quickly it was going.
It was going
Those
super fast.
actors, I was like, they're good.
It was going very fast. And that's the one thing I was like, yeah, this is a lot of dialogue and it's moving really fast. And they're talking directly to you. It's like I said, and then like they're turning when they're in the scene and then back to the camera, like to explain. So that was interesting. I don't know if the other two films you're talking about were like that.
No,
Okay.
they weren't quite that pithy.
Okay.
But
it was
they
very pithy.
looked like that, like
Okay.
the palettes and the deadpan delivery.
And whatever camera they were using, you could tell that it was like, I don't know, it was giving texture. Like it almost was giving you an old school feel. Like I don't know a lot about film, but I could just tell. I'm like, this isn't like the clear lenses that they're normally using. Like it was kind of that.
And every surface had texture too.
Yeah.
Like it's not a clean minimal look. Like there's a lot of clutter. There's
Yeah.
a lot of it's visually
It's a lot going
rich.
on.
Yeah, and there's I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I made my husband watch it with me and my kids, and everybody liked it except for my daughter because she didn't want to watch it at first. She wanted to watch Karate Kid 2, the old one, and so we were really messing up her vibe.
Did
But
you
she
guys
got into
eventually
it.
watch it? Karate Kid 2?
No, I think we still got to get to it.
Oh, that's
We
fine.
didn't. It was late. No, we didn't have time to watch that whole thing. But, you know, we got to it. But yeah, I liked it. I was surprised. And I think once I saw it, I was like, oh, yeah. Like, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, Matilda, yes. BFG, like now that I kind of recognize his old stuff and can compare it, I'm like, oh, yeah, I can see how that is a style and a whole aesthetic or whatever.
And I want to watch because it's a collection. So they did other ones of his stories. Like there's the Rat Hunter or something like that. I didn't look at all of them, but there are stories I'm not familiar with, but I'm interested in watching because I really had a lot of fun with that.
Did your daughter see it?
No, she don't really watch stuff with me like that.
Okay.
Like, what did we watch? We watched Cruella yesterday. She wanted to watch Cruella.
What'd you think? Did you see that?
Oh, I hadn't seen it before.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it was a rewatch.
Okay.
Loved it.
Yeah, it was
Sickening.
cool. It
I
was
hope
cool.
there's a part 2.
That was a nice backstory.
Man.
The fashion.
Man.
That was pretty good. See, you can go back though. She says, I don't know if you guys can hear her off, but she was like, I didn't know Cruella had that much personality. Her backstory was wild. And
actually,
yeah,
Cruella DeVille kind of made the original 100 Dalmatians.
Dynamic.
Like, that song was a banger. And she was like, hello, darling. Like,
yeah.
she
was a whole vibe. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see why she feels the way she feels.
I always like a really good, like I love a backstory though. I love a prequel. I love knowing.
Maleficent?
Yeah, Maleficent was really good too. See,
great.
this is right on brand. She went hard and she had an eye for fashion.
She did.
So that's always
And
really
Emma
cool.
Watson was that Emma Watson who played her mama? Is that
Her mama?
Cruella DeVille's mama and Cruella that played the
I thought
evil
Emma
fashion
Watson
designer?
was the lady.
Oh, right. So
That
who
was
is-
actually
what's the name
Cruella.
of
I don't
the-
know, but she's good.
Emma Townsend.
Okay, it was
I
another
knew it was an
Emma.
Emma. I'm not totally crazy.
No, you're not.
It's just too many Emmas.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It was good. It was definitely good. So what would you say is your favorite? Like, what was your favorite part of the story?
When
the-
he's trying to find the guru. And the way that they have that set up, because I didn't know if it was supposed to be a nod to the fact that a lot of these miracles or just visual illusions, or if it was
cool.
just part of the set.
I felt like it was part of the set.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm just some lady, but I was just like, obviously they, the budget, it would have felt weird to have him like floating actually.
Well, I mean, I think it would have worked either way just
Yeah.
because of how it was set up.
I thought it was
wasn't-
funnier
They
like
weren't
that.
using CGI, but then I didn't know if that was supposed to be a tell. Like, this is still a trick
It's like we're
somehow.
doing this.
Because usually,
Okay.
in real life, it's usually not magic. It's usually a trick.
Yeah.
So I didn't know. But I did like that part.
Well, y'all
and the
can tell
fact
us.
that just this sort of deadpan sort of narration that goes throughout it, I don't know. That was one of my favorite elements. What was
Yeah.
yours?
I think I liked the retelling of the story of the guy. Like when he finds this book, like I think he was in a library, he finds this little tiny book and he reads it and he's fascinated. And I would imagine that up until that point, nothing really caught his attention. Like he seemed like maybe there wasn't much that caught his interest. So then once they told
just a sense of ennui.
Exactly. And so he's in the story. So I like the story in the story aspect, like you said. And I like the way that they told that story because they had him like glue. It was I forget his name though, the actual, the guy whose story, Mr. Khan, we'll call him, goes into a hospital in India. And he's like, look, I'm performing tonight. I'm the headliner and I need you guys to like whatever kind of science, professionally like close my eyes, make sure I can't see. And they go through this whole thing. And then like he jumps up out of the hospital and like runs down the street and they're like following him. Like, what the hell is going on?
Was he on a unicycle?
Dodging stuff. Yeah. I don't even think it was a unicycle. That would have been funnier. But it was a regular bike.
Oh, okay.
It probably felt like that to you because it was like, it might as well have just been a unicycle because riding bikes is hard.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? But it was, he takes off and these kids. So I really liked the retelling of that story. I thought it was done really well. So I liked it. I thought it was really, really cool. I don't really know what I was expecting, but it was definitely, like you said, pithier. That's the word of the episode. Then it was really cool though. I liked it.
Yeah.
It was giving.
I liked the creativity of it. I like things that are a little out of the box. Like you said, it was like a little play. And it had a nice little moral to it.
It
I
did.
thought it was like, as far as stories go, had a happy ending.
I think so. And you know what? We needed this story this week, you guys, because last week we both were, I didn't actually cry on the episode, but I cried a lot actually with the last book.
Did you see pictures of me crying while I was editing it?
No, you should save that for Patreon. Because that's gonna be a distraction for me. Okay. I will actually love to see it.
I know later.
Yeah, because I love laughing at you. But it's
yeah.
my favorite.
Just weeping in public, editing.
Wow. Well, so because it was that heavy. Cancer and death and
pediatric cancer.
Yeah, The Fault in Your Stars.
The Fault in Our Stars.
And Our Stars. Yeah, by John Green. It's not even a new book, but yeah,
these two kids with cancer who fall in love and one of them dies.
And the other one's gonna die too. It just doesn't happen in the story.
We're all gonna die.
I know, but it feels like it was gonna happen soon for her. Yeah.
There was a ticking clock for sure.
Oh man, it was gut wrenching and very sad, but also very beautiful. So
I did go to Newfields. Maybe I'll put this up right here. I did go to Newfields and because Newfields is mentioned in the book we read last week, and because he took her there for a date. Before
Newfields is an art museum here in our city.
Yes, and it is a cute place for a date. And
it is.
There's a free part that you can go to called 100 Acres, and they went to Funky Bones, and then I never remember. It's an easy name too. Whatever the basketball part is called.
I don't know what that's called either. It's cool though.
Yeah. He'll actually be here. I'll keep promoting it.
I wanna go.
Ban Hunger, Not Books.
I know. I need to go.
Because his book is, because they end up doing it.
But yeah, I really like this story too because it was perfect time, like I said, for, what we had to go through last week. It was such a beautiful tragedy. And it was like, you know what? This is nice. This was kind of right on time. Nice little palate cleanser, if you will. It was very, very nice. Let's see, what other points do we want to make about this? It was a short story.
It was a short story,
so
there's not a
episode.
ton to get into, and there wasn't really any drama. There's no one I hated, except for
him at first.
Yeah, because it was nice too. Because in the book, of course, they went into way more descriptions about him, and he was way douchier.
Yeah, it was like, we hate his guts.
Because even though they had him played by Benedict Cumberbatch, who's he's an attractive movie star.
Yeah.
The way he was described in the book is like he wasn't all that.
Really?
Yeah.
So they gave him more than he.
Yeah. But of course that
They tend to do
happens
that.
because we you know,
We want to look at people. Well,
we care more about attractive people. It's just how our brains are wired.
That's really
it's
messed
really
up.
messed up.
Sad. It is.
I hate to see it. Seen some big ones close up.
I'm terrified. I'm terrified of most animals. Actually,
yeah, and
I don't.
rightfully so.
I don't. I can't.
Why
I don't
would
want
you
to.
be like all cavalier with an animal?
No, I don't.
They're large and unpredictable.
Like I'm scared. No.
No.
She
that's
just
a
said she saw a
monster.
moose.
Mises are basically monsters.
Did you just say Mises?
I said Mises.
Is that real?
No, I just made something up.
I'm about to say, is that the plural?
No, the plural of moose is moose.
That's what I thought. I was like, oh no.
But
Mises,
it's
that's
weird because
funny.
it's like, why isn't it meese? Because it's goose and geese,
Not moose and meese.
right?
Blowing your mind,
Like-
guys. Moose and meese.
But like
goose
English
and geese.
doesn't make. English doesn't make sense. I've been saying this for years, people.
It's true. Probably Mandarin.
Okay.
Yeah, Mandarin's
Well, and
supposed to
at
be
least
difficult.
Mandarin has structure, though. It's just hard because it's got all those tones.
And I don't want 5 alphabet. The one that I've got, I can't even spell still. It's a problem. So don't give me 5. But at the same time, though, I'm sure that they're way more descriptive and can be way more nuanced in their language in a way that
Yeah.
English can't. Because sometimes I don't appreciate, like, say, for instance, friendship. That's one word that I really feel like if I could create like a special dialogue around friendship and just the different levels that you hit, and love too. Because, oh man, I love tacos. It's not the same as being like, I love my kids.
daughter.
It's like, obviously, yeah.
It's like daughter
so-
tacos.
Oh no.
It's like it's in the same category.
Yeah,
No, that's
so-
what you, yeah, it's imprecise. Yeah. Oh, I
Do you have
actually-
words you don't like? I'm just
Well,
saying it into
there's
the
science
microphone because we
around
can't
this.
hear.
So I was listening to Inner Cosmos, it's a podcast, and they were talking about how like there's certain phonetics that we connect with certain feelings and emotions. That's why you'll see certain parallels throughout all, like, you know, like Ma's pretty much the same everywhere and whatever.
Because we
And
like
just
it.
about people hate the word moist and just the mechanics behind saying that word and why our brains
Moist.
don't necessarily hate other words, but we do hate certain words, and why it's fascinating. Maybe I'll put that in the, I'll send the link to you so you can put it in the notes.
Are there any words you hate though? Nisa asked us that.
Oh, I hate words with silent letters.
Oh yeah, you've expressed your disdain for
Rage.
those for sure.
Rage. It's just like, why did you put it there if you don't want me to say it?
Yeah.
And so I say knife. I say major.
Wow.
I'll say
Comb.
comb, Liston, mayonnaise, or Worcestershire. Like, it's just English just needs to do better.
I mean, it's not. We're just you got her with that one. Look,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I hate any words, but I support.
Oh, I forgot
The ones you
I
guys
actually
hate.
might kick up the dedication again. Jasmine, the
Roll it.
actress. It's for Her Lies, His Secrets. That was the film.
Okay.
And she's now an award-winning actress. Look at her.
Ooh, she come
Jasmine Hap
through.
Awards, yeah.
Aw,
Yeah, so
love
congratulations.
it.
Yeah, shout out to her. And another side dedication to Box the Artist for
Strange.
her collection. Have you got a chance to see it?
Just
Dr.
online.
Pictures?
Just the
Like
stuff that she
the
posted, which
pixel-
was awesome.
I've never seen a painting with pixelation. That was amazing.
That she painted on there.
Yes, like it was just. I had
That
to-
girl good. No.
it was so deep too, because it wasn't just it's just like when you're like looking at stuff, like there is pixelate, like you to get every skin tone.
I see.
Yeah, like we were going into a whole thing
She's
about
good.
Kodak and Pantones and just like
Everything
everything that gets pulled in photography, and about how, you know, our producer's nodding her head because, like, yeah, you learn all this stuff because everything's been measured against whiteness. And so that's why it was so hard to get good school pictures.
Oh my gosh.
You want to talk about it?
A little bit. if y'all got time. If y'all got time. Well, there's that. And, that's a matter of taste, I guess, on your mom, though. But as a professional who is there to, take pictures, like, you should know how to light who you're,
Subject.
yes, whoever you're taking images of. And so I do think it's like, okay, great. I can barely even see what's going on here. Like the shadows and stuff like that. Why aren't you changing the light? Or especially if it's a group picture. I think that can be trickier, but
Now
it's
they
like,
have gotten better with those because now they don't even bother taking a group photo anymore, at least for athletes. They just take everybody's individual picture and put them all together.
Oh, okay.
As how they do them now, which
As they
if
should.
it solves the problem, fine. But
Yeah.
it is difficult to light a bunch of different skins. But that you are a professional. That's
I'm
what
just
you're
saying,
there
isn't that
for.
your job? Like,
Yeah, it's hard for me to do it.
So anyway, I mean, obviously we feel away. It's a little personal, but yeah, I have run into that where I'm like, no, they know they could have.
I've stopped paying for school pictures a long time
Do
ago.
something.
Like with my son, really, because I was like, these are terrible.
Yeah, I don't think I've paid that much. Usually I'll just get like a couple of them just to give to the grandparents, and the rest can just stay digital. I don't really care. Yeah,
my mom don't even
I'll throw
care,
them in frames and give them to them, and it's like, there you guys go. Don't say I never did nothing for you.
Because that was
Because they're gonna want it.
Status too. It's like, yeah, I got you the 5x7, grandma. It's like, oh, thank you. Yeah, I gave the aunties and them wallets.
The wallet
you
size.
get the 8x10.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah, we splurged.
I love it.
I do like my class pictures. I look back at like my preschool ones.
Oh my God.
We were just
Man, I've had bags since second grade. Like, I don't really, like, I remember looking back at my pictures like, damn, I've just had, I don't, like, my under my eyes have just always been
It's
puffy.
a Cherokee.
It's weird. I don't know about all that. I don't know. I just got bags. But I'm like, damn. Because I wasn't working that hard. You know what I mean? Not in second grade. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was because I worked hard, but now it's like, no, you just always have had
I don't
them.
know. I feel like you've probably always been a hard worker. I didn't know you in second grade, but if I had to guess, you were probably working pretty hard.
I'm doing that
Yeah,
much.
I'm probably right.
But it's
I
fun to
usually
go
am.
back. No, but it is fun to go back and see those. So I do think it's nice to have them. But now with digital stuff, I mean, you can just keep them in the cloud.
It's
or
not,
whatever.
the stakes are much lower.
Yeah, for
'Cause
sure.
the stakes used to be high. I used to be like, oh, but it didn't smile weird.
Yeah. And then
I did though.
Retake day. Hold up. What was your worst? I mean, since we're talking about, like, what's the
Had a
worst
booger.
one? I feel like my worst one, I don't know. It's a heavy, 7th grade was bad. I had a paisley outfit with a turtleneck on, and then it was just, it was ugly.
I know what picture you're talking about. You still look pretty though.
I disagree respectfully. Also, I don't know. There's one where, the funniest one is probably maybe 2nd grade, where I had the pink roller, that foam roller. So the bayang is like a perfect little roll right here that's just right on the, you see my forehead too. I think I tried to stretch it out a little bit because it's one of those things where it's like they do your hair how you want it and you get to school and try to fix it and then it's worse. So I had the little bang and my forehead was super shiny, which is on brand. No, I just have oily skin. They didn't even do that. That was just my forehead being oily and I was missing 2 teeth in the front and I'm smiling so hard.
That sounds
Because I loved
charming.
myself so much at that time.
You should
it was
have. What's not to love? Like,
you know what I mean?
Giving it to
I'm trying to
him.
get back to that girl right there. I'm trying to like.
Sounds
you know
like
what
you
I'm
did
saying?
it on him.
Yeah, man. I was listen. That
So
was
you
probably
put that shit
classic.
on?
That was classic. So yeah, it's too funny. Okay, well, you know what? I think I want to talk about just because I feel like this book. Just going back to the book real quick. My favorite theme in this book is sort of like that transformation that can happen, and I think that is. I don't know, like I think, like you said, when you're writing books for young people, I think it's important to let them know that the story that's happening now is not always going to be your story. You do have a chance to change it, or I won't say fix it, but
Or be better.
to be better.
do
You can start off,
better.
things can start off shitty, whether it's a project that you're working on, whether it's yourself, you know, you're not stuck in that space and there's always room for growth. So I think theme-wise, it's probably my favorite, like, ideal that he put forth. So I just wanted to put that out there. So if you guys are being hard on yourself, like, you know, I've elevated from the bangs, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I even got my forehead out. There used to be a deep source of shame, like my giant forehead. And yes, I do, girl. Don't
It's
do
not
that.
as big as Rihanna's.
It's not, but hers, it's
And
beautiful
she's the
though.
sexiest person in
She's
the world.
amazing. She's, you know what I mean? So in some cultures, I read about that, like that was like a status. Like people used to pluck their
that's
hairlines
big.
back. And Rihanna, shout out to you,
But
girl,
still
because you made it
smaller than
hot.
hers.
You made it hot, girl.
The body's not an apology.
It's not, and that's the point. You know, I think, you know, we have all these insecurities and stuff like that. I think, you know, of course, that's a very vain sort of, you know, I picked a very vain aspect, but there's just always room to love yourself. Because I think he felt, because I think the thing that made him feel crazy was that he won this money and he didn't really want to keep it because he had gotten to the point where it was like, man, fuck this. He
threw it out the window.
He throws it out the window and it literally causes this whole scene.
Riot,
and people are going fucking nuts.
course,
I would.
I
I mean,
would.
I'm trying to grab some
Man,
dollars
I
too.
remember when they were throwing out candy at Payless. People would get
Candy,
hurt.
listen, you know what I mean? Hello?
Don't play these games. Free candy. It's not even Halloween.
Yeah, so I just
You
think
catch these elbows.
I think it's nice to see that, like, you know, so like the police officer came up and was like, yo, you can't just be throwing money out the damn window. You're causing,
Right.
think of a better way to you know,
Help people.
help people. Because then you're, you know,
You're
in his
making my
world-
job hard.
Yeah, like douchebag. Like, what are you doing?
Like, get
So,
a foundation.
Yeah, and being able to hear that, right? Like, I think that's hard sometimes when somebody's pointing out, especially if you think you're doing something nice. You know what I mean?
He's like, I'm rich douche. People need money. Here you
Here
go.
you go. And it's like, there's probably better ways to do that, sir. So I did like that, you know, you got to see that little bit of a transformation. And he really took that to heart and was able to hear that and applied it to the rest of his life. And he opened up all these children's hospitals and stuff that were successful. I'm like, that's very nice, Henry Sugar.
Yeah.
You made a comeback. So there's redemption for everybody. I think that's an important message. I think everybody needs to hear that.
Growth.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you suck right now, you don't have to keep doing that.
You don't. You can always move forward. You don't have to keep doing
You
that.
don't have
That's
to
a
keep
fun
doing
way to
that.
put it.
No,
You don't have
you
to
do
keep
something
doing
else.
that. Don't have to do that, silly goose. But yeah, I really like the story overall. I feel like we should take a quick break.
Sure.
What do you think?
Sure.
All right, we'll be right back, you guys. And so, welcome back. Okay, that was a good break,
It
friends.
was a good break.
Oh my
so what do you
gosh.
think of our new space so far? Or no, I already know you think. People, let us know what you think of our new space.
It's
Like,
cute.
Tap in.
How's the audio, guys? Let us
Yeah,
know.
let
What do you
us
think?
know.
Is
Give
it
us
too
some
bad? Do we need to?
suggestions.
Yeah, or send us some money
Yes,
so we
give
can
some
fix
money.
all the problems that can be fixed.
It's still your birthday, in my opinion.
It is. We actually celebrated. We were still doing a late birthday celebration this morning.
Oh, we did
For
with the
brunch.
real ass.
with the
Real
real
Ass
ass
Book Club.
book club, yeah.
That was fabulous.
It really, really was.
I wish that was. I see why people like to do brunch every Sunday. Like that would be so nice.
Brunch is amazing, and I'm gonna scoot over a little bit, but
was so
yeah, I am
good.
definitely grateful for all of my friends
Yeah,
and
they're fabulous.
meals that I don't have to cook that taste good. I like those. That's very nice.
And
oh, actually,
cocktails, and custom cocktails.
custom cocktails, fancy cherries.
Because I don't know if you know, the syrup was like a peach lavender syrup. That
It was
mixing with
amazing.
the
That was
prosecco.
not even juice. Like, that was nectar. Like,
It
that
was
was like kind of, it was thick and it was concentrated. It was very good. It was,
It was
listen,
down to
it
the,
was so
the
good.
maraschino cherries. Like it wasn't like regular. Like they were everything. That
it was elevated.
it's in the details.
It is. Love is in the details, for sure.
Quality is in the details.
Yeah,
And
man.
life is about simple pleasures.
Spending time with your friends, you guys. I know it can be hard too, because I mean, I know I don't make it to everything. So shout out to my girls for, you know, making time for me and then sharing a meal and some
Holding
laughs.
space.
Holding space for me.
Thank
you
you
guys.
guys.
It was everything. And everybody looks so cute.
It was.
I really
super
tried
cute.
today. I even put on eye makeup. Girl, I put on my
You
lashes.
Look awesome. And shout out to Gigi. Did we dedicate
Oh
this,
my God.
this episode
First
to
of
her?
all, we
I thought
needed
were
to.
supposed
Let me move this out the way
Yeah,
because
let's make it count. Like I said, I was watching that supermodel documentary, and right now everything is about beauty and fashion, and just how that like makes life better.
It really does. So this jacket my grandma gave me. You know what I was thinking too? So I've had it for a while and hadn't worn it, but it's fall now, and I was like, it's giving the texture I need. I love the color of it, but also
It's a wonderful jewel tone.
It is, and then Beyonce just wrapped her tour. The movie's coming out, so it's still giving the Beyonce vibes as far as I'm concerned with the
Beyonce,
fringe.
you give
So
so
get
much.
into it. You know what I'm saying?
And then it's just like, I was stunned. Were you shocked to hear that it was going to be in theaters?
Yeah, I guess so. Like I figured there would be, a visual after the fact,
Project.
but yeah, I didn't think it'd be like an actual
In
feature
movies.
film. Yeah, so
So are you going to go?
I'm gonna make a. I think I'm gonna wait until it comes out. I'm probably not gonna go to the
Okay.
movie theater to see it because
But
I've
you
seen
did go
the-
to
I
Chicago
saw
to
that.
see
Yeah, like I
her.
saw it,
You
but I
went
am
anyway.
excited to see the once it's released, wherever it gets released, because I know I'm here for the behind the
But
scenes
what
stuff.
what if we have to
Um,
review it for the podcast? What if
What
the
if we have to?
wheel? What if it pops up on the wheel?
Well, the wheel can always be adjusted. No, I'm saying, the wheel. No, I'm just playing. The wheel. We actually can control the wheel. No, but I mean, I love Beyonce, so I mean, I might see it.
Okay.
I mean, my arm could be twisted for
'Cause
sure.
I feel like I'm gonna want to talk about it. You don't like me to spoil stuff.
I mean, I
I'm
kind of
gonna
know what
talk
happened.
about it on the show. So I just feel like, I mean, I'm just saying I bought 2 tickets already. So
I feel like I'm being invited.
well, it's really for my daughter.
Okay, we'll see.
It's the
You didn't
Thursday
buy 3
night one,
tickets.
and I know how your week.
When does it come out?
It officially comes out December 1st. That's
Oh,
a
okay.
Friday. But whenever things come out on a Friday, you can go see it Thursday night.
Yeah.
So I'm
That's
gonna
for the
see it-
real ones.
It's for the real ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, for the real ones, I'll be.
I've
Thursday
never been a
night.
real one.
And my daughter, because she really wanted to go to the concert, and I wasn't able to take her, so I'm gonna take her to.
I know. I wonder if my daughter would want to see it.
I feel like it's gonna be that too.
Maybe.
You know,
Maybe
I
I'll
always
try to go
love
with you
seeing
guys.
a movie around Christmas time.
Yeah. Okay.
It's gonna be
well,
cold.
All right. We can talk about it.
It is.
Yeah,
cold
it is.
now.
See, that's why I have this jacket on, guys.
That's why I think we dedicated it last week to the weather,
because it was absolutely beautiful.
And now
Absolutely.
It's so cold.
It's not so cold, but it's cold.
No,
It's a
it's
little
cold.
chilly.
I had to turn the heat on, and I had to turn on my heated mattress pad.
Well, you just wait because it's getting colder. This is barely like I'll take this. If it never
I'm
got
in
any
denial.
colder than this, I'd be happy.
Nope. You don't get to.
We're going
You
straight
wear 'em under that
into.
coat.
Yep, that's about it, guys.
I had to sit out. Shout out to my daughter too for a great soccer season. She made the All-Star team.
Yay!
Yeah, she's pretty great. And but yeah, I had to sit out there in the cold yesterday for them soccer matches.
Why couldn't you sit in your car?
The way it was situated, I wouldn't have been able to see it.
Damn it.
So I know I was
Hate
like,
to
it
see
would
it.
be this field.
Hate to see it.
But you know, I'm willing to put in that parenting work. I did
Okay.
leave at halftime to go get more blankets, but it was
In your shawl. In your muff.
I did unpack my muff
Because you're ignorant.
out of storage today.
That's so funny. It's
Yeah.
like, I went and got my muff
I remember
out of storage.
speaking of our
Who says
literacy
that? What
podcast,
sentence is this?
I remember reading Little House on the Prairie in elementary school,
Never
and
did
one
that.
of the characters was described as having a muff.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh, that's what those are called. I've always wanted one of those.
They're furry and cute. She's got
No,
one of
but
those.
I've got one of those for sure. Those have a name too. It's like Russian. I'll look it up. I'll probably add it in post. But yeah, the little muffs, those are the things you keep your hands warm in.
The little
fur
furry
things.
ones.
But they do look fabulous with the head.
It's
Yeah,
the
I
whole
got. They
look.
match.
I
They
need a
match.
reason to be that fancy. Like a
You don't. No, you
nice-
don't. You could just be fancy all the time.
That is so true. I actually stand on that. That's my favorite.
You
I
could
like
just
being
be fancy
fancy.
Nancy all the time.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what I
true.
liked about Zsa Zsa Gabor. I think she's one
bring
of the
her
first people
back.
I ever saw with like one of the big furry hats and the fur
Ah.
coat. Yeah,
Let's
I'm gonna
go.
just show up like, and I feel like another person who really did that stylistically well was Shot G from Digital Underground.
Oh, the one that put the satin on your panties?
Yeah, that's him.
Ooh, okay,
Yeah,
I remember
also
him.
known as Humpty Hump.
Okay. Iconic.
Yeah, he always looked fantastic in a winter garb. Like it sometimes it's hard to
Okay.
make it look elegant. Just need to
Wow.
do it.
Shock G. Ooh, fur wraps.
Yes.
Are we
I love a
allowed
cape.
to list? Ooh, capes.
Capes.
I like capes. I like capes.
Capers.
I'm pretty sure my Gigi got one that I can borrow.
Ooh. Ah. I would love like a 3/4 length fur cape. Yeah. I mean, if
That
you
would be
want to send
nice.
me one, go ahead.
Well, listen, are you allowed to request furs? Isn't that probably?
I'm allowed to request anything. I'm free.
That's true. Well, don't be surprised if
I'm-
they're standing out there with the blood buckets.
I'm a free woman of color. And you better start dumping
That's
blood
the
on
worst
people
kind.
who wear leather too. Coming after the
They're
furs
not.
is-
They're not getting ready to do
okay.
that. They can't tell the difference, probably.
'Cause that's like cars.
Yeah, that's true. It's just you got to pick your poison, man.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
All
It's all
of it.
animal skin. It's just
Yeah.
mine's fluffier. Chill out.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm moving away from that this topic. But I really had fun reading this book and
I'm
talking with you today.
glad.
This was a
Wait,
fun
did you read it?
episode. No, watching the series.
There we go.
The whatever that was. Yes.
Uh,
I took it in, okay? I saw the material. All right.
learning this story.
Yeah, the story was cute and fun. I would recommend it.
And just the way that we get to, because I didn't give, this, our author, he been dead. I forget what his stats were, but it's amazing that your work gets to live on past you.
That's true. That's the beautiful thing about art and
Yeah.
being able to share it. I think that's a theme that comes up. So I'm definitely grateful.
When he
It's a cute
died.
story.
Okay, he
Oh,
died
yeah.
in 1990.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Well, shout
he had
out
a
to
nice
you.
run.
Well
He was born in
done.
1916 and he died in 1990. And like I said, he survived the Blitz. Looks like he went to Catholic school.
Huh.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
What a life.
Man.
So yeah, just go for
I
it.
like it. All right, well, should we rate the book then? Or the movie?
The short film.
Whatever it was that we
Yes,
did?
let's rate it.
We did something. Okay, so I'll go first?
Yes.
Okay. So if I had to rate this, I'm gonna give it a 5. It's pretty much a
5
classic.
out of 5? Because 5 out of 10 is different.
That is true. It's never been that. So I'm gonna say 5. If you're new here, it's 5 out of 5.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 levitating meditations.
Okay. Ooh. That's a lot of levitating.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give it, excuse me, I'm gonna give the film 5 out of 5 peaches. Just because he wrote James and the Giant Peach.
Okay.
Peaches are great.
I guess you're allowed to do that. I was like, where's she going with this?
I'm going where I want.
That is so true. You're free. You keep saying that. Okay. All right. Well, you guys, we're going to spin the wheel real quick so we can see what we're going to talk about next week. So spin it.
Oh. So we are going to be reading Jay Gatsby, A Black Man in Whiteface.
Ooh.
What? What? By Janet Savage. So
Let's
she
go.
alleges that the main character from The Great Gatsby, Jay Gatsby, was actually a white passing black man. And she has the facts to back it up.
Oh, shit.
I
Janet.
discovered this from Keke Palmer's podcast.
Shout out to Keke Palmer.
And
Can we
it's
be on your
like,
show,
baby,
girl?
This is Keke Palmer. What a
She's
fabulous
adorable.
show.
I love her. It's the realness for me.
It's what a
She
perfect
seems
person
free.
to have she is
Just
a free
like,
woman of color.
yeah, she is. I love it. I love it so
And
hard.
you can kind of, and she has her mom on the show too, and you kind of see where she got it from.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
it's very, very interesting, very funny. And she had the author on her show talking about it.
Nice.
I was intrigued.
Ooh.
So now I not only want to read this book, I also want to go back and reread Great Gatsby. Because I haven't read it since high school.
Yeah.
And it didn't really pique my interest all that much. People were like, oh, it's the great American novel. It's like, okay, I guess it's cool. Some guy like got set up to get killed. Wop de wop. But when you find out like the motivations that were probably behind it, like it's very, very, and that it was supposed to be a message as to what can happen when you high yellow Negroes step out of bounds.
Ooh. that does add an extra layer of intrigue there.
It does.
All right, I like it. I feel like this could, I mean, it is Banned Book Month. And I feel like, she probably was on her way trying to write this book. I don't know if that's official, but I'm pretty sure there were some people not enjoying that content.
They definitely don't want to find out there was a Negro at the center of one of the best American novels. But don't get it twisted. F. Scott Fitzgerald, big racist. Yeah.
Can't wait to dig into that next
week. Big
Festive.
racist. So it's not like he was trying to be like woke by any means. It was a warning shot.
Oh, wow. Damn. Okay, did y'all like my gun?
I'm really excited to get into that.
Okay, well, I love it, friend. I can't wait to come back next week. You guys, check us out everywhere you listen to your favorite podcast. Our episodes drop every Wednesday at 7:30. And I don't know, do you have anything coming up that you want to announce? What's going on, friend? You be out here in these streets.
I mean, we'll be on an upcoming episode of Harder Brunch.
That is
where
true.
We
that was
celebrate
impromptu.
Thaddeus McKee's half birthday.
That was so silly.
I'll be interested to see what I said. I feel like I was saying a lot of stuff. I never know what I say until I go back and listen to it. I just be talking.
You're gonna like it. I remember.
I want to announce that, and your body belongs to you. Have some fun with it.
Absolutely. Please do that, because
you're free.
Yeah, you're free. Turns out you're free. So enjoy yourselves, you guys, and we'll see you next week on another episode. Bye. Before we go, we must give thanks to Urban Nerd for providing our music, and legal services were handled by Trezanae M. Atkins. If you like what you heard, please feel free to join us every Wednesday for another fake-ass book club. Cheers.
Thank you guys for listening. You can check us out at thefabpodcast.com. Please subscribe, rate, and review our podcast wherever you're listening right now. We want to hear from you. Come put it in our life. Thanks again, and until next time, peace, love, and the Fake Ass Book Club. We out.